Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Shalene Davis. This is a Fit Mom's Journey and we are going to be making some lasagna soup today, so thank you for joining me. Hi everyone, do you love lasagna and those flavors but you don't like to take the time to make a lasagna? So here is a healthier spin on a lasagna and it's called lasagna soup. So there's a fun little story that goes with it, but that's what we're going to be making in this video. Hi, my name is Shalene Davis. I'm here at a Fit Mom's Journey. I try to teach us how to make better choices in our eating, and so if that interests you, just come along with me. So I don't know if you guys do this trick or not, but whenever I get a bunch of ground beef, I cook it up and it's frozen, ready to go. But having your meat cooked is so much faster when you're cooking dinners. So I'm just gonna take the time, I'm gonna put this on low and we're going to start thawing this out. I'm just gonna chop up a few bell peppers. We don't need a ton. My family doesn't really love them as much. It calls for a green pepper and it calls for an onion. Then I have onion, and then I've got my garlic. Gives me thyme. It says we need Italian seasoning. It says we need salt. Okay guys, so our hamburger's still thawing up, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and add our little bit of bell pepper and our onion and get those cooking with it, and plus that will help thaw out some of my meat that I got there. So we're just thawing this out. We're getting the great brown bits on the bottom. That's what we want. That's flavor, guys. I'm going to just put the lid on this and let this steam for a little bit. Okay guys, we're sizzling away. I'm going to trade for my wooden spoon here. So what, we've almost got our hamburger already melted, but what we're going to do is we're going to toast our spices. If you guys don't do that, it adds a lot of flavor to your dish. I'm going to put our 3 tablespoons of garlic in here. Or 3 cloves of garlic. Just going to go with something like that. Cook that for a minute. Guys, I cannot link this recipe for you. I wish I could. I do not have the original. This was a very dear friend and coworker of mine that gave us this recipe, and I do not know where she got it from, so just gonna kind of loosely tell you what's going on without the exact recipe. Okay, so we've got our onion, bell pepper, and garlic. And then it says to stir in the thyme. So we want a teaspoon of thyme. And 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Guys, it smells so good in here right now. And do a half a teaspoon of salt. A little bit of brown sugar to cut some of that tomato acidity. just gonna add all of our tomato products. So I've got had to make my own tomato sauce. Apparently I'm out, so I need to add that to my grocery list. If you stopped right here, it would be a very, very flavorful, probably marinara sauce, but we're going to make this a soup. And there's our beef broth. So we did all that. So now it says, if you were gonna freeze it, stop here. So that's when I would put it into a container, put it in my freezer, but we're not going to freeze it. My daughter's coming over tonight and it is her birthday. So it says to bring to a boil over medium heat. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay guys, it's starting to come to a boil. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna reduce the heat and simmer for 20 minutes. While our soup is simmering, let me tell you a little story about why I love this soup so much and why it's so special to me. So it was probably, oh gosh, I hate to say I don't even remember exactly how long ago, but probably about 10 years ago, a dear coworker of mine was diagnosed with cancer. And she fought the good fight all the way. She did everything she could. But then at the end, she just decided to take a different approach, which I absolutely love. And I hope that if anything happens like that to me, I will have the grace to do that also. So what she decided to do is, in our whole building where we work, she decided to take groups of like 5 to 7 people, very close and intimate. She wanted to get to know the people before she passed, which was so stinking sweet. She made this soup, and it was just a fantastic soup. It was very elevated, like because you can take kind of like a French onion soup. You can take a little baguette and then put some cheese on it and put it under the broiler and melt it, and that's what she did. So it made it very fancy. It made it just a good time of fellowship. So we went over to her house. It was a group of, like I've said, about 7 of us, and we just spent some time with her and got to really know her a little bit. And we had never really got to speak too much, and she was just a coworker, right? But it was really neat of her to take her time and her resources to get to know everybody and just kind of say her last final goodbye to everyone. So we will always make this soup in remembrance of her. She was such a sweet lady, and I hope she rests in peace. If her family ever sees this, your mother was an amazing woman. So we have this soup. It is always going to be a family favorite of ours. My daughter actually loves it, and it's her birthday tomorrow. So she's gonna come over for a birthday dinner. We're gonna make this, and we're going to make a chocolate chip cookie like cake, basically. And so I don't know if I'll take you along with that part, but this is that soup, and this is our tribute to her. Okay, now guys, it's been simmering for about 20 minutes, and it's got really good flavor. So I'm just gonna take, this is an 8-ounce container, and I need 5 ounces. So I'm just going to eyeball that. A little extra Parmesan cheese never hurt anybody. And leave about that much. We're just gonna mix this all around. Now at this point, you have 2 options. If you want to go the low carb route, you could easily put this over some zucchini noodles. You can take the Dreamfields pasta and boil them in there. But it says, for the non-low carb route, to break up some lasagna noodles and then let them cook in there. So then you have your lasagna noodles will cook in there. It'll be kind of like, you know, a spaghetti or whatever. And then you take it and you dish it out into a bowl. And then you put a bunch of cheese on it and you let that cheese melt. And it's so delicious, guys. I'll try to film that later. But right now we're just going to go with this. And I'm going to turn it off and set it here in the back. And that'll be ready for us for later. Okay guys, it is dinner time. I'm going to show you how I can dish up some of this delicious soup. I'm just gonna have a little bit because I'm not super hungry. We are going to top this with some delicious mozzarella. And put it on broil. We're gonna put it in the oven just to melt that cheese. I'm probably gonna have this with a salad and sourdough bread on the side. Okay guys, if you can see, look at this delicious caramelized cheese. That's what you want, that broiled. And so if you took like a little piece of garlic bread and put it on top of there and then put it on your cheese on top, kind of like a French onion soup. So good, guys. But the good part I love this is this cheese pool that you get from this soup is so good. And you don't even miss the noodles, guys. It's so delicious. It's very hot. Just like I remember, guys. It is so good. And then the nostalgia of bringing back the memories of that sweet lady, and all the memories that we got to share. Makes it so much better. I hope you try this soup. I will try to maybe write some basic recipe. I will try to do the best I can to kind of write a little bit of a recipe so that you can maybe try to recreate this. So making this for my family, I just take some lasagna noodles, I break them up, I put them in here, and I bring it up to a boil and let it simmer till the noodles are done. So this is how you're supposed to make it. That's why it's called lasagna soup. Like I said, I don't do that. Sometimes I'll use like a Dreamfield pasta. Sometimes I will use just some like veggies, but right now I think it's got plenty of meat and everything, and I've just got cheese on top, which is very delicious. I will do my best to link a very similar recipe. I'm going to look online and see if I can find anything close to it. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, consider subscribing. I make videos like this all the time, and I will see you later. Bye.